Okay, today we're going to talk about, in this module, we're going to talk about polls in Google Meets. It's a good interactive tool, great way to collect information about your audience. It can be used for many different things, including quizzes, but it can also be used just as a survey to find out about, if you're using it for something like a job fair or rapid response. It can just gather information based on those types of things as well. To run a poll, you go up into this top right hand corner and you find the three little shapes. And down, open that. Polls is the second choice. Click on polls, and then you would start a poll. This is one of the things that's different in Google Meets than in Zoom. In Zoom, you can set your polls up from the administrative page when you're first setting up your meeting. So you can build it there, and then when your meeting starts, your poll's already there and ready to launch. That doesn't work that way in Meets. In Meets, you have to build it when you launch your meeting. So, and you have to keep in mind too that if you go in early and build a poll, which is what I recommend, it won't be saved if you log back out unless you've already launched it. So keep that in mind, or you'll have to rebuild it your Zoom. So like I said, I would go in before the meeting starts if I'm the host, and I would create my poll. So I would say this one's going to be really simple. What does 2 plus 2 equal? So in this, for option 1, I'm going to say 3. Option A, I'm going to say 8. I'm going to add an option 4, and I'm going to add another option that says none of the above. And now I could do one of two things. I could go ahead and launch the poll by clicking launch, but I really don't recommend you do that. That's why I recommend you go in early before the meeting starts and create your polls and then click save. And now it's there, and you can close out of this, and once people start joining your meeting and stuff, it's still going to be there. And then when you're ready for your poll, you go back to this, click on polls, this poll is there, and you're ready to launch it. Now, it'll give you the option to show results, but I always wait until the end to show the results rather than throughout the thing. I don't know, it's just how I do it. So now you're going to click launch. Now the poll is live and people can participate. Another disadvantage with Google Meets over Zoom for polls is that in Zoom, once you launch a poll, it's going to show up basically right in this area here of your room, and it's going to be interactive and live for everybody. With Google Meets, there are a couple other steps you have to take. So I've got this in here. I'm going to go to another participants room so you can see what they have to do. So I'm going to click and go into O1's room, and now you can see it's just the two of us right now in here. And if you go up, you probably will just have to walk everybody through this, but if they go up and they'll see the three shapes, there's now a green dot there. They click on that. There's a green dot down by polls. So what's that telling you is there's a live poll there. You need to go in and answer it. So he goes, what is 2 plus 2? Okay, that's 4. And he votes. So he's finished. Now we'll go over to the other room, and that's Robert. Robert's got the same dot, clicks on that, and he goes, 8? I don't know, vote. So, but I'm just going to close up. I don't need to see anything else. And then we'll go back to the main room. And now back in my room, I've left the polls open and I can see the results. No one else can see them, just me. So I know everybody else has voted. And now, since I know everybody's voted, I can close the room. So, but I do want to show the results now. So I'm going to click show on results, and then I'm going to end the poll. Now, depending on what type of question you have here, you may or may not have to explain the right answers to people. Sometimes there is no right answer. It might be like, what city do you live in? Well, there's no right answer to that. They just fill it out. But it's information for some reason I wanted to have. So, at any rate, that's how that works. Now, I'll show you how it works on the participants end. So we'll go back into Owen's room. He has his open, and he can see now what they were. He just still doesn't know what the right one, because that's not an option. That's why you have to explain it. But there he is. He knows. Now we'll go into Robert's room. He doesn't have his open, but it's the same thing. If he opened it, he'd see it just like that. So we'll go back to the main room, and now I'm good. Now I had an option here where I could add 3 or 4 polls saved up. Then I'd just be launching them as I needed them if it went in early. So it's a good tool. It's just a little not quite as user friendly as Zoom, but Google Meets has improved so much in a year. My guess is it won't be long before they've improved that feature as well. So that's really all I needed to talk about for polls. So we'll be moving on to the next topic.